Many years ago, Red Lane, a great country songwriter, told me, he said, Larry, he said, there's a difference between a songwriter and a song craftsman. I mean, the guy down at the grocery store could be a songwriter. This lady knows the craft and she practices it. And then when you add to it a heart about that big, you know, and just this incredible ability to just reach out and touch people. I've been singing her songs for years. I thought I knew them all, and I heard one a while ago. And I'd heard it too, the one about Mama teaching the angels to sing. There's a line in the middle of that song. And I just went, oh, well, that's different. And then I said to myself, you know, I could have written that song because all those words are in the dictionary. I just didn't quite know what order they came in, Pumpkin. I really didn't. Oh.
Terry from Cherville's calling. Hi, how are you doing?
Oh, fine, thank you.
Good. You have a question or comment?
Oh, yes. Excuse me, that's your daughter. I recall at one time that she sang. She had a great voice. I just wonder if she's still in gospel music or if she kind of following your lead. Did she do any songwriting?
She isn't pursuing her singing or writing now. They're pastoring. Takes up her time. Right. But she sings all the time in her church, and her daughter, my granddaughter, sings.
Your granddaughter has
she's amazing.
Incredible voice.
She has that voice where I'm low, she's above me, and Reba's right above us. Yeah. Reba sings like my mother used to sing. Wow. Yes, Terry, she's pursuing other things for the Lord, doing good.
Now, you were telling me before the show that we were talking about Indiana, and you were saying a lot of good memories in Indiana.
Oh, yes, Indiana, Illinois. When I was in my early teens, about 13, Illinois was a hot stop for me.
Really?
Yeah, in Indiana, I worked in Indiana a lot. Evansville, Indiana, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Oh, sure.
In fact, Indianapolis was the first place I ever got on the old bus from home, walked that 7 miles with my mother, got on the bus, went to Indianapolis.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Your mom, early on, sort of sent you out with your gift, didn't she?
Yes.
She recognized
yes, she did.
that God had given you a gift, and it was almost like Samuel's mother gave you back to God. I mean, literally gave you back to God.
Yeah, she did. And
were you 12? Did I understand you say
12.
you were 12
I was 12 years old.
Wow.
See, I was already 11 singing and playing lead guitar, Chet Atkins style, with a hillbilly band on the radio. And then when I was converted at about 11 and a half, something like that, I didn't want to sing that anymore. I love the country music if it's good, clean lyrics, but I want to sing gospel. So Dad was not a Christian, he was alcoholic. It's a long story, and I won't get into all that, but Mother saw where my calling was, and she knew I'd already written my first song at 8. So learned to play the guitar, listened to the Grand Ole Opry. So anyway, she blessed me, helped me pack my little suitcase, walk the 7 miles, put a little tag around my neck with my name and address on it, looked up at me as I stepped upon the bus and said, I'm going to worry God to death over you so he'll take care of you.
Wow.
How can you worry God to death? Is that sweet?
Isn't that sweet? Well, what did you do at the age of 12? You went to where, Nashville?
Indianapolis. See, I was singing in a little church there in my hometown.
Okay.
And a lot of preachers were there. And from that service, I never went back home except slip in to see my mother.
Wow.
Wow. We have another caller. Joan.
Where do you get that inner strength to go on?
Oh, Joan, you already know that. I know you know the Lord, but you draw it from that well deep within. And I love people. God gave me that love for people with the gift. You have to put the two together. But when you think you can't do it, remember, we don't do it. He does it. He puts the want to in us. When the body says, you don't have to go back anymore, you don't have to do that. But I want to do it. Step me on the stage and let me just speak to people and sing to people. I can go. You can go, Joan. I sense that maybe you may have some problems, so.
I do.
Well,
in the physical, yes.
In the name of Jesus, get up and go. Let that joy of the Lord make you feel better. It happens. Works for me.
I wanted to ask Dottie a question in regards to her relationship to the country music people that she sings with. And it seems like their lives are a little bit different than what you live. So I was wondering how that is reconciled with gospel music and in their approach to the way they sing in bars and things like that, and worldly places. And I'm just curious to know what your philosophy is on that, and I appreciate you answering it.
Yeah, thanks,
Grant,
Grant.
that is a wonderful question, and I'm so glad to get to answer that. I have a lot of country, Western, and other kinds of singers that I love. They're friends. They're not just acquaintances. They're friends. And a lot of them live, sorry to say, better lives than some of the ones that claim to be greater. But no, some of them could be a double standard. But I'm telling you that country and gospel melt together so much, because most of the country singers come
Came
out of good
gospel.
churches.
Yeah, they came out of the
Yeah,
churches.
and they never really leave that gospel that's within them, put in them. Sure, some of them may live a double standard. I don't know. But the friends that I know, and I've come from Elvis to Dottie to Barbara Mandrell, and helped me, even Bill Monroe.
Barbara Fairchild.
Barbara Fairchild. Help me out.
Crystal Gale.
Gale.
And these are good folks. And I've tried to be a friend to them. See, that's more important to me than for me to be a friend to all those that just sing Christian music.
They reach
because I want to reach out, because I know they love the Lord. I know they do. And let me say something real quick about singing in bars. I think Jesus, if he were here, like he used to sit with the sinners, you know, he got more trouble sitting with the sinners. I was overseas in Vietnam, and a lot of times we'd have to sing in would be bars. But it was amazing how the boys would sit their drinks down and just sing along with us. You're planting seeds. It's your life, what you do and portray Christ while you're in there, that really counts.